4.4. 4.4. A major South African company has stated the following on its website and its director's report. We have set up ways for employees and external stakeholders to report unethical conduct and incidents of individuals not complying with the company's ethical policies. We have set up a tip-off phone line call center controlled by an independent service provider. All information will be treated confidentially. Whistleblowers or informants who submit genuine information will be protected and will remain anonymous. In your opinion, explain why this major company found it necessary to implement this policy. Provide 2 points. In your opinion, explain why this major company found it necessary to implement this policy. If you're looking at the policy is saying now we have set up a tip-off phone line controlled by an independent service provider. This is a tip-off phone line for where people can be able to report any incident, unethical conduct can be reported. So the question is then requiring that we need to explain why this major company found it necessary to implement this policy. Provide 2 points. This policy will then this policy will encourage people to report unethical conduct. It will encourage people. We know that some people are afraid to report when there is something that is wrong that they see. But now that there is this platform created by this policy, therefore the policy will encourage people to report unethical conduct. And this will also make sure that fraud, colluding, or corruption will be minimized, as now there is a platform to report. People now have a platform where they can be able to direct their complaints. So we are therefore saying that this will minimize fraud. Fraud, colluding, corruption will be minimized as there is now a platform to report this. So that is the answer to 4.4. 4.4 was asking us to provide 2 points why this policy is a good policy. This policy will encourage people to report unethical conduct. So we will be getting a lot of reports if people see that there is something that is going wrong, and as a result, fraud, colluding, and corruption will be minimized as there is now a platform to report that. So that is all with regards to question 4. The question 4 was based on corporate governance. 4.1 was based on a disclaimer report, and we clearly indicated that the disclaimer report is a very bad report. It indicates that there is a serious problem with the financial statements, and even the financial statements cannot be trusted. The 4.2 was asking about why the shareholders need to appoint the directors. We know that in a company there is a separation of ownership from control. So shareholders own the company and the directors control it. So it is important that in the annual general meeting, directors must be appointed by the shareholders. And when we are appointing our directors, we need to make sure that we are voting for the right people. So there are some characteristics that we need to look at, of which the first one that we have highlighted here is that a director must be somebody who is honest, and it must also be somebody who possesses sound work ethics. And the reason for that, we want to minimize corruption in the company and we want to eliminate fraud. We are also looking for a director who has got good qualifications which are relevant to the requirements of the job. And the reason for that, we know we are appointing the relevant person with the necessary expertise. So the qualifications must also be considered. And then 4.3, it was in regard to awarding tenders. We are saying that tenders must be awarded following the right processes. Colluding for people to get tenders is strictly not allowed. So in 4.3, we are saying there is a lot of corruption in the country, and it is concerning that the CFO has paid 2 million in cash to the CEO. So there is a clear fraud. There's a possibility of fraud, and then investigation must be conducted and disciplinary hearing to follow. 4.4, the company is creating a policy whereby there will be a platform for people to report unethical conduct, and we are saying that we are in favor of this policy. It's a good policy because the policy will encourage people to report unethical conduct, and fraud, colluding and corruption will be minimized as there is a platform now to report that. So that is all with regards to question 4. Thank you very much.